So some people were curious as to what happened to me in New York. What were the conditions like? What happened that brought me home, kind of thing. So I'm gonna explain. And the reason I'm wearing this mask is because, well, for one, I thought I'd started off wearing a mask because, nursing and all that. But anyway, so this lipstick does not come off. It's crazy. I wore the mask for 12 hours and it wasn't still glossy, but it was still on. Anyway, it's good stuff. My friend Katie has it at her salon. Anyway, so basically, I was very excited to go. Let me fix this. This looks weird. Okay, I think that's better. I don't know. So anyway, I was really excited to go. I get there. I was with a group that was funded by FEMA, that is a disaster relief group, and there was 3,000 nurses plus with them, spread out between 2 hotels and a third one that they were bringing more people in for. So that was really interesting, all nurses. And so anyway, the first day was just go to your room, get your key, go to your room, go back downstairs, fill out some paperwork, get a brief orientation of what it's like. We were told that it's your worst day of work times 10, your worst day ever times 10 every day. And she wasn't exaggerating, it was. But I'm really, really glad I got the opportunity to go. How it came about was I found out about it through my friend Susie Morano, who is down there now. She was at the New Yorker at a different hotel in the first wave of nurses that went down with this group. And I would never have had the opportunity to go had it not been for her. And she's still kicking it there. She's been there her 21 days, and she booked some more weeks too. Can't remember how many, but she's awesome, inspiration. And I have a friend from Beaumont Hospital, Royal Oak, Michigan, my hometown. Bon Batu is there. She's kicking it. She's a CRNA at Beaumont, and she's awesome. So go Bon and Susie. So that's cool. Anyway, so I didn't have assignment the first day, so I met a really cool girl named Kathy from Missouri, Plato, Missouri, and she was an OR nurse too. And we went to Target together, and that was cool and exciting. Another exciting thing was they gave cheers and everything for the healthcare workers outside the Marriott Marquis where we were staying. Every night at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. So you pretty much miss it because you're working unless you just get there and don't have an assignment yet. So anyway, I got assigned to Harlem Hospital. I was in a small group of I think 8 girls, and all were ER nurses except myself and one other girl. So the first day at the hospital, we all went to the nursing office orientation area and, got our computer Epic stuff and got our badge, got our picture taken, our badge for Harlem Hospital. I think I mentioned that. And what else did we do? Oh, did the blood sugar thing, because you got to do that and log into all that. And got Pyxis access. And then the 6 or so girls went to the ER, and myself and one other girl went to 2 separate COVID floors. And the floor that I was on, just opened up literally a couple hours ago, and the admissions were flying in nonstop. So I started off with 2 patients, and then I got admission from 2 o'clock until 8 o'clock we gave report at, and the bus left at 8:30. And it was crazy. All that PPE is exhausting and hot, especially when you're my age and you get hot flashes. That was not fun. My mask would be soaked, and just crazy, drowning in sweat. I'd go outside and I'd be cold all of a sudden because I was, anyway, enough about that. So, the days, go on, whatever. Every day the patient load gets bigger. The patients are sick. Most of them are sick. And they died. We had, on a floor full of 40 patients, we had 13 deaths in one day, one shift, one 12-hour shift. And due in part, what I saw was lack of pulse oximetry monitoring. They just weren't equipped to handle that volume of patient, and it's really sad. And I'm thankful that I could help out. I'm very thankful. So the day that I went down, I was having a great day, and I went outside for lunch, and I was texting Allie, and told him it was a good day. It was like 4:00, and I was like, cruising along. They were giving us an hour for lunch, and it was pretty cool, and they fed us and stuff. And so, anyway, I was coming back in, and the last thing I remember was being outside, walking into the doors of Harlem Hospital, and seeing the artwork on the wall, and that's the last thing I remember. I don't know if I hit the floor there. I don't know if I hit the floor in the elevator, and I don't know if I made it to the floor and hit the floor on the floor. Don't know. And don't remember a thing. They gave me Versed and Ativan because I was agitated. Don't remember. They said I had a seizure, and I've never had a seizure in my life. The lab work showed that my white blood cell count was pretty elevated. My, what was it? Calcium was elevated. I can't even remember what. I was acidotic, pretty like panic levels, like with 3 arrows, how they do at that hospital. But anyway, I have no clue. So I wake up the next morning with knowing that something happened, but not even thinking about wanting to know the details. I was in a patient gown still, and so I knew what I was just like, I gotta get out of here and get home. I was like, I can't stay here. That was my instinct, to get the hell out of Dodge. What the hell's going on? They gave me a COVID test, thank God, and but I don't remember it again. Never had a seizure in my life, like I said. But anyway, the head CT was negative. They did a head CT. I don't remember that. They did a lot of stuff, and I don't remember. But I remember that something happened. So I texted one of the girls in our group and asked her, how did I get back to the hotel? And she said, we Ubered. And then she said, how are your legs? And then I had a flash memory of my legs were cramping up really bad in the car ride, because somebody asked me, how you doing? And I said, well, I'm fine, but my legs really hurt. And I was like, ow, like that. I remembered that, and that was it. And so the thing is, it was scary, but, it's kind of funny too. Anyway, so I woke up in the hotel bed in a patient gown from the hospital, and knew that something happened, but didn't know details. But my first instinct was, I want to get the hell home. So I took the gown off, and I put on sweatpants really fast and a t-shirt, and I ran down the elevator. I was on the 39th floor. I went down to the 8th floor, where they had a setup where you could always find somebody from the agency, and the head guy was down there, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and he seemed to know who I was exactly. And he said, "How you doing?" I said, "Good. I want to go home." And he's like, "All right." He's like, "You can take a couple days off and stay if you want to, only if you want to, And I said, "Hell no, I want to go home." I was like, "I want to go home." And so I signed a paper. He said, "We'd love to work with you again." And that was that. I went upstairs and I packed really fast, ran downstairs. I don't remember arranging the flight. Allie did that for me. And just getting a lift, not knowing how to get a lift, because I never gotten one before. Never used one of those car apps. And so I had to get help for that. I remember that. And I don't remember anything from then on. I don't remember, I don't remember the ride to the airport. I don't remember going to the airport. I don't remember getting on the plane. I don't remember the plane ride. I don't remember how many people were on the plane. And I don't remember the connection, Atlanta to Tampa. I don't remember that. I have one brief memory of walking really fast through the Atlanta airport because I recognized this stand that had like turquoise and stuff we always walk by there. Anyway, I took a lot of flights through there over the years. Anyway, so don't remember that. Don't remember getting off the plane. Don't remember getting my suitcase. Do remember standing at the curb waiting for Allie and getting upset because he wasn't there right away. And remember coming home and getting into bed and sleeping for 2 days. And now I'm fine. So it was strange, But, I mean, just to have the chance to go to New York City in the midst of this, it was humbling, and I felt it was an honor. And I was honored to be there and proud. So that's that. Anyway, what I was thinking of doing anyway, since we're going to be quarantined a little bit while longer, or maybe, anyway. So I was thinking of doing a show called In My House. Like the Mary Jane song, "In My House." So, just plant the camera somewhere. I'm going to have everybody, I do have a few people subscribing, which is cool. So I want everybody to do this, to participate. I mean, it won't take long. Anyway, just find an area in your house that you would like to highlight, and take something off of whatever it is. Like in my case, it's a bookcase, and I'm going to take something off of it that is meaningful to me today and that I want to talk about. So I thought that would be fun. And, well, if you don't think it's fun, then don't do it. So, whatever. I mean, maybe it's not fun. But, so, in my house. So you can start it off something like this. "Hi, I'm Kathy, and welcome to my house. I would like to highlight my bookcase today. I love books. Was always a reader as a kid growing up. Just the knowledge you get from reading a book is just what you can't. Anyway, I love reading. I love books. So I wanted to highlight my bookcase. And plus, a lot of people in the news that are giving interviews are doing it in front of their bookcases. So I thought, why not? So anyway, so what I'm going to highlight is a particular crystal stone. I have a lot of them around my house, and the way I pick them is, if I feel like going to the crystal shop, or if I happen to stumble upon one, if I'm drawn to a certain crystal, I'll take it, and then I'll learn about it. I'll look it up on the internet. I'll Google it. And it's interesting. So I think that's interesting. And so I'd like to share that. So, I am wearing today a rose quartz ring. This is a rose quartz ring. That's a rose quartz. And I want to highlight the rose quartz. And there happens to be 3 rose quartz stones on my bookcase. All right, so this is the rose quartz. This is a rose quartz also, and this is a rose quartz. Oh, shit. So anyway, the rose quartz is a love stone. So if you wear it too, especially by your heart, it really omits a lot of, vibrations that other people pick up on that, they can't figure out about you. There's something about that girl kind of thing. I believe it works because every time I wear something, it does what it's supposed to do or said to do. So I thought the rose quartz was interesting. And if you want to learn more about the rose quartz, it's how I started doing it was Google rose quartz metaphysical properties or something like that. Spiritual properties, whatever, healing properties, but it's interesting. So I thought that would be something interesting, possibly, in my house. Thank you. So anyway, again, I want to, give a shout out to Susie Morano and Bon Batu. Kicking it in New York. You guys are awesome. You guys are rock stars completely all the way. I wish I could have stayed, but I couldn't. I was physically hit for whatever reason. So that's what happened, and that's in my house. Send a video.